gosh, are you kidding me? Whatever.
Okay, so just to kind of start it off, I just want to ask you guys some opinion questions, I guess, about the book. So I know it was written in verse, so I want to ask you guys if this was something you guys are new to, or if you guys like this format of writing, what it did for you, what it didn't do for you, in terms of like her writing in poems throughout the whole entire book. Because I know for me, I wasn't expecting it. I've never, read anything like this. I want to know how you guys felt about this book while reading it. So.
I think that I like the fact that it was a quick read. That made it quick, but when it came to like the plot, there wasn't a lot. Like it felt like it could have been a short story if it was compacted into an actual like book. But
Cool.
At first, I didn't really like how it was like set up, but then I found like that it was easier for me to relate to in poetry form.
Yeah.
Because when it was like broken down into little sections, it was like, oh, like I relate to like summertime like that, or like little things.
Yeah.
I really appreciated her description of things. Like when I was reading this morning, just like of another passage, she was just talking about the garden that her grandfather grew, and then how her grandmother would use her hands to create a side dish. I just loved that it was an unusual way to create it, but it was still something I could absolutely visualize, and like she was just describing the colors, and I could see the lettuce, I could see the pole beans. It was just, she had great imagery, and it was just there with her.
I agree. I agree with all what you guys said. I feel like it opens, it gives a lot to the reader to interpret whatever they kind of want to find in this text, because it's not really saying, she was in certain times, but she wasn't really just kind of flat out saying what she felt or what she meant. She kind of left room for, I guess, the imagination. I'm going to pass these around. I kind of made little things with color on them. I want you guys to just, while we're discussing, just kind of find key points that somebody else is saying, or new thoughts, or just happy thoughts that you guys are feeling during this discussion, or maybe something new that you guys are learning. And if you could write it down on a piece of paper and then just kind of hand it back, or whenever it gets to me, that'd be great. And so I can bring it back at the end of the discussion. All right, so the next question is about the themes. So I know family was a really important theme in this story. Were there any other themes, or did you guys want to talk about the theme of family and what it meant to Jacqueline and what it meant to you guys? Or if you guys found a different theme entirely, we can talk about it too.
could you repeat the question?
Yeah. So what was the theme that you found in this story?
Oh, me particularly. A theme that I liked. I like the theme. I really liked that I don't understand, like with it, like under the family theme, like a bracket, like underneath that, I guess, like independence within that, like from her sister, kind of. I don't understand that concept, so, because I'm an only child, so like kind of like seeking independence from her family, like not wanting to be like associated sometimes. I don't really think that's a theme.
No, it's great.
But that kind of like, like wanting to like be known solely for like herself. Yeah, I don't know.
No, great. Anybody want to speak on that, or did you guys find a different theme?
I think she depicted death in like a really realistic way, how even as a child, like she lost so many people, and like they had a short time of grieving, but they had to keep going, they had to keep doing things, and more often than not, when you lose somebody, you can't just stop living your life the way it was before. Like it's going to be different and it's going to be hard, but I think she just depicted how most people react, like, wow, this is really awful and I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I know I have to keep doing something.
there's a theme of faith, and so I found that really interesting, just how she was raised Jehovah's Witness and how that affected her and how she would like go through the motions and everything, and she was, you know, just it seemed like she was really restricted by it because like she wanted to say the Pledge of Allegiance and everything. So there's certain things outside of that faith that she like, it's almost like it kind of did hold her back in a way. And so I guess that kind of shows negatives of religion in a way. Just because like she didn't truly believe it, like her faith wasn't her own. And so I found that really interesting. Just like I was raised Christian, and I'm really thankful that I was. But obviously when we're kids, we don't have as much choice in the matter. So I just like I could relate in some ways, even though I did have a mainly positive experience growing up. But yeah.
I found that her conversation through these stories about their family being Black in the South was a really powerful perspective, one that I'm not at all used to or know anything about, and just found it really like precious to have a kind of glimpse into that life and how horrible that was, I'm sure, for them, and it just made me really sad.
I think culture was also a really big thing, and like how beautiful, like like seeing like their family and like seeing their culture like blossom, like within such a time of like discrimination and racism, but like seeing like elements of like their culture, like even through like just like the little elements, like not so little elements even, but like just through like the little descriptions and whatnot. But yeah.